Peter, I'm gonna quickly read a paragraph from your book that sort of speaks to the trauma of coming back, and then maybe you can talk a little bit about your struggle about whether to cover war anymore. It sounds like you've suspended it for the time being, like I have, but. So this is from the introduction. I went to a party in Washington shortly after returning from a trip to Iraq. I'd spent 5 of the previous 7 months in the country during the height of the insurgency and sectarian conflict. One of the hosts was a speechwriter for President George W. Bush and an acquaintance from college. I got drunk and angry, and after brooding and swaying over a beer in the corner of the party, watching across the black space of the deck at people laughing in the warm summer night, I began reenacting the convulsive death of a soldier as he succumbed to grievous burns. And I watched him die, and the scene still coated my eyelids when I tried to sleep. My friends, looking at me with fear and pity and confusion, ushered me quickly from the party before many people noticed. And later in the introduction, you talk about maybe going back to war. And clearly it's like Schulte, it's cost you a lot. And so you talk about that struggle.
Yeah, I mean, I went back many times after that experience. That was very early on when I was kind of grappling with myself in many ways. But I think the important thing, and it's a shame to have, 2 people answer the question before me. I've had to recalibrate about 7 times in my head what my answer was going to be.
We'll start with you with the next question.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna
Please, they got all the best stuff out of the way here. But what's worth it, for me at least, when I think about these things or talk about these things, it's worth even taking like one step back. I felt as I started to put together years worth of work on Iraq and Afghanistan, I started asking myself the questions that I'd only vaguely asked myself before, which is, what the hell, why was I truly doing this? Like, once I stripped away the various veneers of kind of ideology and expectation, of myself and of and my belief in this profession, which are abstractions on itself, what was bringing me there in the first place? And the scary thing was that the biggest question of all, I never found an appropriate answer to, and I never found an answer to what keeps me in some ways going back. And I've had a few events, some sort of life threatening and changing events that have made me a lot more wary and cautious, and the sense of kind of adventure and this like dark adolescent fulfillment that comes from confronting these experiences as a young, insecure man and like triumphing over them. That's faded into sort of this hardened core of a belief, but it still doesn't account for everything.